What is it?
Do you know these sounds? These sounds originate from today's guest, DJ Grand Wizzard Theodore, who in 1975 harnessed his apparent mistake and gave the world the iconic mark of a hip-hop DJ. I'm your host, John Carluccio, and welcome to Sxratch Essentials, powered by Sxratch Software. We are recording today at Sound Collective, a progressive music school in New York City that is developing future leaders of music creation. Each episode of Sxratch Essentials will take a look at important scratch patterns in turntablism history and view them via the new Sxratch Visualizer app. The goal of the show is to highlight historic moments in hip-hop DJing and discuss the future of turntablism. Today is our premiere episode, so who better to talk to than the inventor of the Sxratch, Grand Wizzard Theodore. So tell me about young Theodore Livingston, age before the Sxratch. How old were you?
I was like 10, 11 years old.
Okay. And so what was the motivation of this young guy? Like, what did you want to do? Why did you want to get into music?
My brother Mean Gene and my other brother Cordio and Grandmaster Flash, they were a group together. They played music, they b-boyed together, they graffiti, they up-rock, they did all kind of stuff together. When I first seen the two turntables and the mixer, that's when it finally hit me that that's what I wanted to do. Because I love music so much.
What made you stand out?
Before I created the Sxratch, I created a style of DJing called a needle drop. And I was needle dropping, man. Either the break would be at the beginning, the break can be in the middle, the break can be at the end. And just by me being so perfect with my mixes and my cuts and everything like that, that's what made me stand out. And plus, I was a little guy anyway. I mean, I had to stand on top of milk crates in order to reach the turntables. And people was like, this guy, he's quick.
And so tell me about the technique of the Sxratch. I've heard it before, but you can tell me the story again. And I think I might be the first person to put you on camera to tell the story. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you were. Yes, yes.
So I stopped the music, and she opened the door, and she was talking to me.
The story is like my teacher played music in the loudspeakers in the lunchroom. People got tired of listening to the music that he was playing. A friend of mine that talked too much convinced my principal to let me make a cassette tape and bring it to the principal. The principal was like, okay, make a cassette tape, I'll listen to it, make sure that the music is not derogatory, and then maybe I'll play it. So I went home, took my boombox, put it in front of the speaker, press record. You can get like 15, 20 minutes into the cassette tape and make a mistake. You got two choices. Either you stop it or you just keep going. The music was just so loud in the house to the point where my mom's came, she busted the door open and said, either turn the music down or turn the music off. Now, those couple of seconds that would seem like an eternity, I turned the music down on my up and down fader and did a baby scratch. Mom's left the room. I finished my cassette tape and started listening to it. And when it got to the part where my moms came in the room, I could hear myself baby scratching. And I was like, wow, I can incorporate that into all the other things I'm doing as a DJ. So I practiced another couple of days, another couple of hours, different records, and that's how I became the Sxratch.
What was the record?
Apache.
Okay.
Yeah, Apache,
so
yeah.
We have DJ Esquire here.
Oh man, DJ Esquire.
Two-time U.S. champion,
That's
podcast
right.
host.
That's
it's a great
right.
podcast. You gotta
That's
check it
right.
out. And DJ instructor here at Sound Collective.
Man, there it goes. There it goes. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
What were some of the technical difficulties you might have had? Like, I mean, people were like, "Oh, aren't you ruining your records?" And were you using slip mats at the time?
We used to cut up cereal boxes, old T-shirts, my mom's curtains, and we cut up and make that round thing for the felt. And sometimes we put baby powder on the turntable so we can get that slip sound and stuff like that. You can scratch a record for so long, the record sounds like it fizzes out, you know?
Did you have any workaround for that?
Sometimes we would put vodka on the record. Sometimes we would put petroleum jelly on the records to You know, that we would do that sometime, or we would just have to buy the record over again.
DJs have cued records before, and they would hear it in their headphones.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
But what you did was, one, do it on beat and play it to the audience. I guess it was approachable for other DJs to try it because they had sort of been doing something similar.
Yes.
So what was your feeling when you first saw like someone else do it?
Grandmaster Flash and myself, we were like 3-4 steps ahead of all the DJs.
Okay.
You know, and their cuts were a little sloppy. They just chopped the record up. You know,
Smash cut.
and Flash and myself, we took it a step further. We started blending, and we started cutting, and we started mixing, and we started extending the breaks. So once people started cutting, their cuts were not really on beat because they didn't get the fundamentals of scratching. So I would listen to DJs going, oh,
but also
they're murdering these records.
I mean, this is a big part of why this series is important. Is like it's about musicality.
Yes.
Cutting on beat, cutting at the right part. You know, it's part of your foundation as a musician in some
Absolutely.
ways, you know?
Absolutely.
So, you know, a few years back, I came up with this way to transcribe scratches, and I'm just going to show you briefly what it looks like.
There's some next stuff here.
The basic premise is it's on this chart, and let's say the sample is the word fresh. So you can see just where the FR is.
Yeah.
Right? You see that FR? So you can see it's just fresh, right?
That's so cool.
So that was 20 years ago.
Right.
Now there's a software that in real time can create those lines.
Right.
So we're gonna hang out with Esquire and see what this looks like, and then you're gonna be able to test drive it and create the lines.
This is awesome.
We'll do a baby scratch.
These, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to try it?
Yeah. This is crazy, man.
And use the mixer.
Wow. See how it disappeared? That's when the crossfader.
That's you're off. Yeah.
I like that.
And actually, it's funny if you could see there's a
even
faint line,
So like that's you actually just doing a baby scratch with the fader in the off
but
position.
waiting for it.
Like waiting for it to come in. Yeah. It
So
actually showing
someone
you
would
that.
see that and they would be like, the fader was, the fader was off. They would actually know just by looking at it.
Yeah.
It's some next stuff, man. It's like, if someone wanted to compose scratches and stuff like that, you was actually giving them the blueprint to composing scratches.
Thank you, Grand Wizzard Theodore. Support, share, and follow
The real Grand Wizzard Theodore.
And thank you to Pioneer DJ, Sound Collective, and Sxratch Software, makers of the Sxratch Visualizer. I'm your host, John Carluccio. To learn more about my projects, be sure to seek out more information at these links. And as I often say, embrace your mistakes, find your voice, and express them through the turntables.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Peace. I need a sound. I need a music. Yeah, send me a music
You guys
sound.
gonna be-
Welcome to the Sound Collective. Our 28 Broadway facility is fully equipped to provide you with the tools of today's top industry professionals. Are you a DJ looking to practice for your next gig? A drummer who needs a place to practice your rudiments? Looking to host live performances, group events, practice sessions, or more? Need a place to record your next project? Unlock your ability to use all of these amenities and more with the Sound Collective membership. Send us a message to learn more.
And I think you did a class one time where you had an audience and you were showing everybody and everybody was like, I was like, John is on some next shit right here, boy.